Welcome back to the YouTube Gays and Mays. This week we are going to be manifesting our goals, dreams, aspirations for 2025.
Yeah, we're making like a virtual vision board so then we can look back later in the year and be like, oh, that happened, that didn't happen, but this happened.
Yeah, it'll be so much fun. Like end of the year, we're gonna like react to this video and kind of see what did happen, what maybe some things.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen this year? We're really excited for this year.
I've never been so excited for a year, I think, ever.
Yeah, actually, I don't think I have either.
Like, just I can feel the anticipation in the air.
Like, things are building for us.
Yeah.
But we're going to actually start by kind of talking about our queer event that we've started here in Stockholm. Back in December, we started Flatmates. I'm going to link the username. Basically created this queer event here in Stockholm. Had our first event in middle of December, right before we disappeared for a month to go to San Diego. And now we're currently planning our second event. But kind of, what is Flatmates?
The reason why we started Flatmates was because we went to Out and About in San Diego, which is a queer event catered more towards women and non-binary folks. So we wanted to bring that to Stockholm because community is kind of lacking here in Stockholm. Although there are a lot of queers, a lot of lesbians, there's not really a space for us to gather.
Yeah.
There's a couple like club events that will do like a few events every year. Like,
and they're super fun.
Super fun. We always have a great time going, but it's more clubby than our event.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily the space you can go to meet queer people if you're trying to build your community. And also just a part of Swedish culture in general is just like hard. It's hard to kind of enter a group or like make friends.
The concept is that we're hosting bar nights, lesbian, non-binary bar nights here in Stockholm. So it's more laid back vibes. We have tables for people to sit and talk and more like chill music, not as clubby.
Yeah.
So really giving people the opportunity to meet new people and really like talk to them and get to know them.
But still, like, good music. So you can still, because we still want to be able to dance.
Yeah.
We think it's fun to be able to dance, but not in like a club scene so it's a little, we have a DJ at our events. Yeah, and like it's a bit more, I think this time around, this second event, we're going a bit more for like lounge music vibes, but with a good beat behind it so that you can still kind of, move.
And I am no stranger to starting a dance floor if necessary.
Absolutely. We're super excited. We have, like we said, we had our first event in December, and it was a crazy success. We have a YouTube video all about it if you guys want to go see like actual footage from that first night. But we took over that little part of Stockholm. All the lesbian, non-binary, queer women, they were all there, and it was so fun. We couldn't all fit. A lot of people were there. Not all, because we couldn't fit everyone, unfortunately. But yeah, so it was such a success, and now we're doing a new location that's a little bit bigger than last one, because the one complaint we got from the first event was that the space was too small. We knew that was going to be the situation, but we felt that it was just important to start our event and then go from there, and that was the best for us, because we had struggled with finding a location for a while. And so we felt like, you know what, once we start, then these places will recognize the hype, and they did.
It's a thing that's needed. So kind of our goal for 2025 with Flatmates is to get it going regularly. So hopefully we'll have it every other Wednesday, if not every Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's the hope.
Yeah. The goal from the beginning was to kind of create a more, like an event that happens much more frequently, as opposed to these club parties that do happen throughout the year. They're not super frequent. We wanted to create something that was, basically you can have this in the back of your mind, just like every Wednesday, every other Wednesday, I can find queer women, non-binary people at this place. That's kind of the goal. And it's a place that it welcomes people. You can come alone. It should be safe. You should feel like safe enough and comfortable enough to be able to come alone. People reach out to us all the time, and if you're coming alone, you're very welcome to come up to us and just say that you've come alone, and we at our first event, we matched a bunch of people that came all alone, and they left that event with a bunch of new friends and contacts.
Yeah.
So it's definitely possible to come by yourself and meet people.
Yeah.
And we've gotten some beautiful DMs from people who've said that they've met like their best friend at our first event. And that's exactly what we've created this. We want, I think, like for me, the 2024 was the year that I like really started building my queer group around me, my queer community, both in San Diego and here in Sweden. That was what 2024 was for us. And it really opened my eyes to how important having that group of queer people around you is to making you feel more comfortable about yourself and just surrounding yourself with people who kind of understand what it's like
experience.
Yeah, to live queer.
So we want people to be able to do the same.
Yeah.
In 2025, and that's why we're doing this thing.
Yeah.
And I think one major goal for us with Flatmates in 2025 is to really establish a presence in Stockholm. Like you said, with like every Wednesday, every other Wednesday, you can go here and you'll find community. But also to have at least one event outside of Stockholm, whether that's in Gothenburg, Malmö, those two cities are in Sweden, and then maybe, I don't know, Oslo or Copenhagen. That'd be really cool.
Incredible. We've already gotten people have DM'd us from all over Europe. We've even had people from Portugal being like, bring it to Portugal. So maybe that'll be for next year's
2026
vision board would be like a Flatmates Europe tour.
Right? Euro trip.
So, but yeah, for this year, to bring it outside of Stockholm as well. And hopefully more than just one time. Maybe by even summertime. But who knows? We don't want to be like...
And I think another thing is just like have at least one like bigger event.
Yeah.
Like more club night, but still keeping the essence of what Flatmates is.
Yeah. And bringing our energy to it.
Exactly.
We have ideas that we would love to have this reoccurring bar night where it's a bit more casual, but then have one like a much bigger event where you have tickets, because these reoccurring bar nights, they are free. Like that's kind of like was a big point for us, was that we want it to be free and accessible to people. But we do have goals and dreams to throw a bigger event that would be tickets, but maybe have some live music. But we're super excited to see where it goes.
Yeah.
I would love, I think by summertime we can have something in Gothenburg or Malmö. So yeah, that's our dream. That's us manifesting Flatmates success. But I really think it's just been nothing but positivity so far. We've gotten so much positive feedback from people, and it really just goes to show that the queer community here in Stockholm is starved for, a space. Yeah. Space to meet people. And it's just so beautiful that we were able to provide it.
I'm going to lean back so my chewing doesn't become like a mukbang.
Some ASMR chewing from Malin over here. No, I think the only, we haven't had any negative comments besides the first location being a little small.
Which is
very valid. Yeah.
But it's like all positive. That's a positive thing. That it was too little space for all the gays.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't take it. It's not like...
That rhymed.
Too little space for all the gays.
Kind of.
A
kind of rhyme.
Neither one of us has any experience in event planning, in business, and anything like that. We both have health backgrounds. You're in med school. I graduated my master's in public health.
Yeah.
We don't have any background in this, but we've had a lot of fun learning what it takes to start an event.
Yeah.
And there's a lot that goes into it. And it is also, because of how successful it was just from the first event, and now with our second event that we are planning, which will happen in just a few weeks, I think part of it is quite intimidating or a bit nerve-wracking because we feel that we have quite a lot of eyes on us. Yeah. And we're still in these beginning stages of figuring out, the nuance.
Logistics of everything. Obviously, we can't really control how many people that come to our event, and there is limited space. Yeah. So we just don't want anyone to think that we are unorganized, because we do what we can to fit everyone in and to get the best space possible. And
we're learning along the way. And I think we just want to reiterate to the people that, you know, we are in the very beginning stages of creating this. And it's gonna, you know, you live and learn through each event. And each event is going to be, like, is growing. It's nice for people to give, nobody's been negative. I must emphasize, but I'm just putting it out there as a forewarning of just, like, be gentle. Keep in mind that we're in this beginning stages, we're learning, but we're very excited to be doing this.
Yes, and also see it as a positive thing that all of these
that's a little chaotic
queer women, queer non-binary people want to come. That's a positive thing.
That's a great thing.
We want to create community in Stockholm.
Yeah.
And people are dying for community here. And that's a great thing.
Yeah. All right. That was Flatmate.
Follow Flatmates on Instagram and on TikTok if you're not. It's linked down below.
Even if you don't live in Stockholm, like we said, we may end up doing a Europe tour or beyond. Who knows?
We might post some sexy reels with Stockholm gay people.
So you could follow just to support us. If you love this initiative, just go ahead and follow and show us your support. We'd really appreciate it. Next.
Let me just take a little egg bite. That's what we're talking about.
Manifest social media. I want to manifest 100K followers on TikTok.
That'd be something, huh?
That's what I'm manifesting.
That'd be something.
Right now we're sitting at 66, I think.
Yeah, just below 70.
Yeah. And it's incredible, the growth. I'm so proud of us.
I really am too.
And the work that we've put in. Because we really haven't been, like, we only created our couple account back in September.
Yeah.
But we built it off of your individual, your personal account. But it's the support we've gotten from TikTok has been incredible, and we've just had so much fun filming videos and making mask for mask content. And now recently we've created a couple account on Instagram and started posting on Reels. And y'all, Reels is not for the weak.
Reels is not for the weak.
People don't understand.
People, because they're like, TikTok is more Gen Z and like old, like younger millennials mostly. And Gen A, like Generation Alpha. But like Instagram, everyone and their grandma is on Instagram. And they are not understanding. They have things to say, and they're judging everyone like the wrong, or like, what do you say?
They're misinterpreting.
Misinterpreting everything towards like being bad.
Yeah. Like we just posted a video of just like mask for mask. It was the exact same video we posted on here on TikTok that did really well, and everyone's nothing but like, positive. Slay! They're like, yes, mask for mask, like, because from our experience, both in Sweden, around Europe, in the US, in California, we don't see mask on social media as well. Like we don't see mask for mask representation. Like it's and from our perspective, it doesn't seem like a common pairing. It's the most common for the generation now is like mask and femme. Nothing wrong with it. We totally love every single.
And femme for femme is quite.
Femme for femme, yeah. We love all sorts of representation. We're obsessed. I love all lesbians.
Yeah. Period. That's on that.
Like, a little, just like, people ask, are we only attracted to masks? No. A hot lesbian is a hot lesbian. That's our motto.
Yeah.
So we're not trying to force people into the mask for mask lifestyle. We're just showing that it's an option. And we get messages from masks who are just like, oh, I never really considered this.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're trying to do, is just show that it is an option and just to bring some positivity. We're not trying to force anything down somebody's throat, but those people on the Reels are just like, this has been a thing for decades. And I'm like, where? Maybe back in the day it was, and we love that, but currently in today's society, I don't see the representation so much.
Literally, there's Megan married Megan. Yeah. Love them.
Yeah.
They're so supportive of us too. It's really cute.
We love them. Other than that, I don't have any off the top of my head.
Yeah, exactly. And I know that there's like smaller creators out there that love that.
Yeah.
We'll follow
whenever
every
we see
single
them.
one of you.
You're welcome to tag us. Like, we will always follow a mask for mask. Like,
absolutely.
Love you.
But there's really not that much representation. And even walking around in like the queer district in San Diego, Hillcrest, literally just us.
Yeah.
Like going to the gay bar.
Yeah.
Literally.
Most people assume we're friends.
Yeah.
Nobody assumes we're together because like mask for mask, you just don't see it that much.
So representation matters.
And so the people in the Reels comments were just like, we're rambling now, but you guys can go read them. But it's just like, they were just like, why are we forcing people to use labels? I'm like, who's forcing who here? I'm choosing to use mask on my own self. You don't need to use it on yourself.
They also said that mask for mask. Why are you pushing heteronormativity on here? I'm just like, this is literally the gayest thing ever. Like, where is this heteronormative? People either assume that we're a lesbian couple or twinks.
Yeah. So in no way do we look like a straight couple, no matter what. I don't know. So moving on from the Reels. The Reels aren't for the week, but we're gonna keep posting on there, and we just laugh at the people who just take things too literally or read and misinterpret things, grossly misinterpret things, I should say. We just kind of laugh. I don't know, but we'll keep posting on Instagram Reels, so you're welcome to follow us on there.
We've also had a lot of love coming from Instagram Reels. It's been going great.
It's been mostly love, but like, there has been more weird hate
I will welcome all the comments because it just means that traction to our profile. 100k on TikTok.
100k on TikTok is the goal.
Some kind of K on
maybe
Instagram.
50k.
50k I feel like is absolutely reasonable.
Yeah. We just started our Instagram like a week ago, right before the TikTok ban.
Yeah.
That happened for 10 hours. That was the reason we started it.
Yeah, that was a strange time.
Yeah. And now the Americans are back on TikTok.
Did you also get a lot of Australian content?
During those
those 13 hours.
I feel like I was asleep for most of those hours.
Yeah, that's true.
Did our first paid collaboration, and that was really fun. It was to promote one of our favorite artists.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think more of that would be really cool. And we get a lot of emails to do collaborations, but, you know, we want to stay true. Like, for us, our content on all the platforms we put out there, like, we want to stay true to ourselves. Yeah. We're not going to go out there promoting like Shein or something. Yeah. We like to be truthful with the stuff that's going out there. And even with this trend that was on TikTok right before the ban happened, where people were like revealing the influencers were revealing their lives. I'm just like, could never be me. I have nothing. We've lied about nothing. Like, I'm too much of a yapper, and I'm too open of a person to like lie. Right. And I'm too much of a people pleaser. So So do you have anything else to add for TikTok?
For TikTok, no. I just want to keep putting genuine mask for mask representation.
Yeah. Just keep having fun with it.
Exactly, because that's all we've been having. Like, it's all been fun.
Yeah, we don't want it to feel like, now we have to post something. Everything we do because it's fun. Next.
For us, as a couple.
As a couple. As lovers is what's next. What's our aspirations? What are we manifesting as lovers?
For 2025. I'm saying, if the right opportunity arises...
Maybe there's gonna be an engagement in 2025. Maybe there's two. Maybe there's two of us. Maybe we'll both propose and it's gonna be really cute. I think so. Are you guys excited? I am. I'm really excited. No more ASMR.
Okay. Did that excite you guys?
Yeah. Engagement 2025.
Potentially.
Cover
your ears, parents.
Yeah. Parents, don't look. No.
We should have put that beforehand.
Yeah.
No, it's not. We don't have anything planned.
No. We don't have like any trips planned either of that. Because I want to do it. I don't want to do it here. No,
we want it to be fun. I know that whatever I end up doing, I don't have a plan yet. I said 2 because we both want to do the proposing and get proposed to. Who doesn't want to do both? Like,
who doesn't want 2 rings?
Yeah. So it's like, it's super exciting. I still I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about it. How I would want to go about it. I have no idea.
Same.
So it's just like it's if it feels right. So it might not happen this year. But it very well could. And it's just based on whatever this year, like whatever happens during this year, and if we get to a place or like where I get this incredible idea of like, oh, this is how I want to do it. Yeah. You know, then there we go.
Yeah. Exactly.
But right now I don't have something that I'm just like, yes. But I know I just want it to be epic.
Knowing us right, it's probably gonna be an accidental same time proposal.
Probably.
Could
I
be fun.
definitely want footage of it because I have a horrible memory and I like everything to be documented.
Yeah.
So there will be footage.
I'm gonna be a wreck.
Yeah, I will cry.
I'm gonna be such a wreck.
Oh yeah. Like the engagement photos will just be like, crying.
Let's do one.
No. They're gonna screenshot it.
I know, it's so fun.
But yeah, that will be super exciting if that happens this year. So maybe at the end of this year when we look back on this, we could be like, look!
And it's gonna be an actual ring, not just...
This is your ring though.
Yeah.
That I'm wearing on my finger.
Is it on the right or left?
I don't know. I never know. Is it right or left? That would be
That
exciting.
would be extremely exciting.
Yeah. I know all of our friends are just waiting for
Do you
it.
think so?
Well, they
I
commented
mean,
on it.
my yeah. Our gay friends.
Our gay friends are waiting.
My
for
other
it.
friends were just like, when I've told them like, oh, maybe 2025 is the year.
Would they say?
They're just like, wait, what?
The gays get it.
They're just like, yeah, I thought this would happen sooner. But my straight friends are just like, what?
But in an exciting way.
In a very
Yeah,
exciting
yeah.
way. Yeah.
Like everybody gets it.
Of course.
I think we've gotten to the point. Like last year, we talked a lot about it. I mean, we've known that we were endgame
Yeah.
for quite some time
For
now.
quite a while.
So we've talked about engagements for a while. And all last year, it was just like, I think for me, I wanted to be at a point where I wasn't going to have to convince my parents that, oh, I'm not too young, or like, oh, this is the right time.
Yeah,
You know,
this
like,
isn't too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to be at a place where like I'm not going to have to defend this choice
Yeah.
to family. And I think we've reached that point. I think everybody in our family, I don't think anybody would have the reaction of like, are you guys moving too fast?
Yeah, no.
So yeah, and then we also didn't want to get engaged at a point where we didn't think a wedding within 2 years was feasible.
Yeah.
And we think now, 2025, 2 years from now, it sounds pretty feasible.
Yeah.
2027 might be the year of a wedding.
Yeah, before you turn 30.
Oh, fuck. That feels kind of old.
For a marriage, maybe in the US,
Yeah.
but here in Sweden, it's totally normal.
Okay, because I'm like, I know so many people who've gotten married at like 23, 24.
That's the US.
Yeah.
Not in Sweden.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
like 28 plus, I feel like is...
That makes me feel better.
Yeah.
No, you get married at your own pace.
Yeah.
There's no too early, too late.
Yeah. All right.
Next manifestation topic is kind of trips, travel plans.
Travel plans.
2024 was the year of travel for us. We traveled a lot in 2024, but that was because I finished my master's. You weren't able to work as like
A doctor. And
yeah.
I had done 2 summers of assisting nurse job, so I felt like I'd done that thing.
Yeah. So we traveled all summer in 2024, and it was incredible. We had an amazing time. I wish we had started YouTube before we are traveling.
Oh, yeah.
Because we went everywhere, and we had a great time. But we also just love traveling, and people wonder how like we afford it, and it's because that's pretty much what we spend our money on. We don't really go out and do much. I spend my savings on traveling.
Basically, yeah, that was part of my savings as well.
Yeah, like you're paying for memories.
100%.
And we've had such a great 2024 with traveling everywhere. But for 2025, it won't be as much traveling, but we really, really hope to do NYC Pride.
In June.
With Out and About and our friends there.
Yeah.
That would be incredible.
That'd be so awesome.
Yeah. We've only ever been to New York once each.
Yeah.
And we were both in like high school.
Yeah, we were both.
We went around the same time.
Yeah, I was 15.
I was also 15, but that meant we went
different
at different
years.
years.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time since we've been to New York, and I was only there with my mom. We did the very like touristy things. I want to experience queer New York.
Yeah.
That would be incredible.
I want to experience fashion and queer New York.
So we're super excited. We really hope to be able to do that.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be incredible. Other than that, we're gonna also do Pride is celebrated in August here. It's usually the first week of August in Sweden, in Stockholm.
But also, like, during that Pride week, our friend is turning 30.
Yeah, and having it's on the last day of Pride, which is the biggest, when the parade is. The same day as Pride Parade is her 30th birthday. So we're super, super looking forward to that. It's going to be a crazy big thing, and it's just going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
And awesome. Maybe we'll have a float in the parade and do something
with flatmates. That'd be awesome.
Because I think you have to be part of an organization
to
have a float, flatmates. Maybe some traveling with flatmates around Scandinavia.
At the end of the year, like November, December, I can go on a study abroad program, and I'm in the middle of like applying for that program right now, but my top choice is going to be Tokyo. So hopefully we'll be going to Tokyo for November and December.
Fingers crossed. I've never been anywhere in Asia. Tokyo would be a dream for us with fashion,
food. You can surf in Japan, so we could like take a little trip and surf.
A weekend trip or something. That would be so cool.
To go surf. There's a lot of with the
you can also snowboard and ski.
Yeah.
And
with the whole fashion scene in Japan, like there's a lot of just fashion it's like built into their culture. They have a lot of history with like making clothes as well.
Yeah.
So that'd be awesome to explore, because I've been getting into like designing my own clothes. I'm actually wearing the two of like the most recently designed clothes that I made.
Yeah. Show them the pants. Stand up on the couch. These are inspired by Benjamin Ingrosso.
These are customized Pull and Bear jeans that I redid.
Like put these little straps
and the pockets.
We'll input the inspo photos because you did really good. Like in regards to your like.
Also this little half flannel t-shirt action.
Yeah. So yeah, fashion in Tokyo would be cool, and then that would mean Christmas in Tokyo for this year, which would be crazy.
Yeah.
So maybe that, fingers crossed, maybe we film the end of the year video in Tokyo. Maybe we'll be in Tokyo as we're reacting to this.
How crazy is that?
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Otherwise, this is on the internet. Other than that, there's nothing in the books for traveling yet. I'm going to Berlin tomorrow. But that's for a work thing.
I want to visit Copenhagen.
Yeah, we really want to go, especially in the summer.
For like a weekend.
We have some friends. We really want to go. My dad is actually going to be moving to London in May.
That's where we're going as well.
So actually, we will be doing. That's also manifesting. But this is more like for going back to like the TikTok things. A bit of both. But we have a lot of collab opportunities in London. We've had quite a few people reach out to us and wanna work together, do like photo shoots, and we just love doing we love to take photos and work with people, and just London is really cool. And we want to go back and explore, because we've only been to London together for 24 hours and we got stuck there on a layover.
Yeah.
And we had a great 24 hours, but we want to go to like experience queer London. We haven't done that either.
Yeah.
And we have so many people that we really want to meet. And get to know.
Yeah.
So London is probably gonna happen quite a few times. Especially like starting May when my dad's there, and then we have somewhere to stay.
Exactly.
So yeah, London, you be ready for that.
Yeah.
Like we'll be going there.
I love how we were just like in the beginning of this section.
We don't have travel plans.
We won't travel that much this year. But I feel like we'll end up traveling quite a bit.
Yeah.
But we'll
it's just that we don't have any booked plans.
We don't have any booked plans.
That's what I meant.
And we won't be going halfway across the world all the time.
No.
Which was pretty much what we did last year.
Yeah. And also like from Stockholm to London is probably like one of the cheapest like flights. Yeah. Round trip flights you can get to. So that's great. I'm really happy my dad's moving there and we have a place to stay.
Yeah. So awesome. Because that's really what costs money in London, is just a place to stay.
Yeah. More travel plans than I guess I initially expected.
Yeah.
But just nothing that is booked.
Yeah.
Just a lot of goals.
Set in stone.
Yeah. But that's what this YouTube's all about. It's all about manifesting.
Yeah.
All of these things for us. Yeah.
I think we've talked about pretty much everything that we wanted to.
I think so. I don't really know what else I could dream of besides everything we've talked about, because that's quite a lot of projects we're working on.
It's like it honestly right now I'm like so filled with anticipation that I feel like this year is gonna be dreamy. I'm gonna feel like I'm living a dream this year.
But because we're in the beginning stages of all of these projects that we're working on, it is a bit I keep getting quite overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Just in my head, because it's just in the beginning of everything, and it's just hard to kind of keep track of everything that we're doing. But it's slowly coming together.
It'll work itself
We'll get into the
out.
groove of things.
Yeah, I think so.
But we have, like we said, so just a little summarizing of things, just more for myself than anything. We have flatmates that we hope to grow and do things outside of Stockholm with and create every other week.
Yes.
And we have growing on TikTok and going to London and doing
YouTube.
collabs and doing photo shoots and stuff with cool creators. And Tokyo.
And maybe New York Pride.
And New York Pride. Yeah. And maybe an engagement. That's a lot of things. How do I keep track of it all?
No, I was gonna say that I usually go about my life day to day.
Yeah.
For the last couple of years, honestly, I always stay quite busy. Like, I have a lot going on in my life, and that's how I like it. But that's also how I take it, like, day to day.
Yeah.
Like, I will plan things very much ahead and for the week and stuff, but I won't worry about things that are happening in 2 days. It's only tomorrow.
And I'm working on getting to that point because I stress about things that are too far in the future. Yeah. And I'm just like, I'm trying to take it day by day, but I've gotten a lot better about it. Yeah. And I'm kind of forced to do that when there's so much happening. It's like, okay, focus on what's next priority. Yeah. But yeah, it's super exciting. If you can't tell, I don't know how many times we've said exciting or excited. If you guys have any questions for regarding any of this, I don't know.
Any of this or any thoughts.
Future videos.
We could have this as like a thing that we answer questions from the last YouTube video. Yeah. Or
from like Instagram. Any question that is like to like one of our platforms. Yeah. We have this from Laura. We'd love to hear how both families have accepted your relationship and journey.
My family was really accepting from the get-go.
Yeah, even your grandparents.
Even my grandparents, my 2 grandmas that are still alive, were super accepting, super chill about it. Didn't think anything of it, really.
We actually had like a beautiful conversation with your grandma. Last week or something, whatever it was. Where she just, like, pulled both of us aside, and she just wanted to talk to me and just be like, what did she say?
She was just like, it's so beautiful. Like,
so you guys found each other.
Yeah, you really... Because I remember talking to my grandma quite early on into our relationship and being like, I found my person. And she was so happy about that, and she reminded me of that when we talked. And she's really ally and really see our love for each other.
And it's really, we really appreciate and we're so happy that both our families have been accepting, and we understand that not everybody is as lucky. And it makes me so sad that that's the case. Yeah. But we try to be appreciative for what we have and thankful that our families are very accepting and very much stan us. Yeah. And I think everybody is excited for future engagement.
My mom says hi, by the way.
Okay. And I love your family.
Yeah, I love your family as well.
But yeah, and my family was also accepting. Like, there's been no, like, my whole family lives in California, quite far away from here. Yeah. We don't interact with them as much as we do with your family. But there's never been any weirdness. There's never been any, like, I came out to my family. It was very much like a, kind of like, oh, we kind of knew thing. Yeah. Or like, oh, whatever kind of thing. Yeah. I still remember when I told my brother, I could have predicted, I would have bet money on the way he responded when I told him. Yeah. Because I remember calling him. He was the first one in my family I came out to. And I just was just like, hey, I came out as bi, the bi pipe, like, not to dismiss that, like, it was just that I was with a guy for so long, that at the time I did think I was bi, but I've since realized I don't identify as bi anymore. But when I came out to my brother, he was like, huh, cool. That was it.
Yeah.
It was like exactly what I expected. You know, it's a
Yeah.
very typical brother reaction. He's like,
Bro.
all right, nice.
Cool.
Can I go now?
Cool. All right, take care.
So, yeah.
No, but it was actually real nice because during like Christmas or New Year's or something like that, during the holidays, your dad was like officially like, welcome to the family.
Yeah.
And that was
My
really
dad
cute.
really loves you.
Yeah.
Like, really loves you. And so does my mom, of course. Everybody loves you. Who doesn't? But they see, I think it's, especially for me, having been in a long-term relationship in the past, but with a man who, you know, like, everybody, he was a very good guy and people liked him, but I just don't think people saw us together, you know, like, they just didn't get it. And I see now, in retrospect, what they saw. It was like, yeah, it didn't really go well together. I think, especially for my family, seeing that relationship that I had with him and then how we are, I know it's night and day. Like, like it's so clear to them how we're meant to be and, like, how much we just make sense.
Yeah, that's really cute.
And so I bet that's fun for them, too.
Yeah, of course it is.
So we're very appreciative and happy and, like, lucky to have a family who accepts us. So thank you, fam.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Laura, for the question.
And then one more question, maybe.
Yeah. Roll out.
They wanted to ask how we view gender, if we see it as a spectrum, and if so, where we fall. Do we suffer from gender dysphoria? And this is coming from a non-binary mask-presenting queer.
Okay, Slay.
Slay.
First of all, that sounds you sound hot.
Absolutely view it on a spectrum, 1000%.
Yeah.
That's the first question. Do we view gender as a spectrum? Yes.
Yes.
An astounding yes. I use they, she pronouns. You use she, her.
Yeah.
So you, like, if we're thinking on the spectrum of things, I guess I fall a little bit more towards the middle.
Yeah.
I think I've done a lot of thinking about my gender since coming out. Especially, I think many mask-presenting people, not only mask-presenting people, but I feel like even more so.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of going against the societal norm of presenting as a woman. I think we go through a lot of questioning, especially because there's a lot of discourse sometimes about just the mask to trans, like, pipeline.
Yeah, pipeline.
And absolutely that happens for some people, but just because we present as mask doesn't mean that we deep down want to be men. I've done that thinking. I've gone down that road in my head, and I've come to the conclusion, and I'm quite certain in my conclusion that that's not who I am.
Yeah.
And I like being a mask lesbian, but also don't fully identify with just only she, her pronouns.
Yeah.
I do like they, them pronouns as well, but I also love the identity of girlhood and what it means to be a woman. Yeah, so that's why I think for now, I feel pretty settled in my use of, like, they, she, where sometimes I feel a bit more non-binary, and sometimes I feel a bit more feminine, or, like, woman. Yeah. And I feel pretty good about that, and I like that, because I don't know, who knows, maybe the great thing is that it doesn't, just because you're one thing at one point in time, doesn't mean you're always going to be that.
Yeah.
You can always change when it comes to anything. Sexuality, your gender identity, everything. It's, life is, you have a long life, and you go through and you have a lot of different experiences. That, yeah, I think for now I feel pretty good in that identity. Yeah. And I don't feel at any point soon I would want to get rid of the she, her part of my pronoun identity, because I just like that connection I have to womanhood.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I identify as she, her. I am very connected to, like you said, being a woman, and I don't feel like I am non-binary. I will never if anyone doesn't know what kind of pronouns I use, and they use they just to be respectful, I will never get mad.
Yeah.
It's the thing I do as well. If I don't know, I'm just going to say they. But I use she, her. Yeah. I don't really have that much more to say.
I guess...
I don't fall... If we're viewing it as a spectrum, here's she, her, here is he, him, and we have they, them in the middle. I don't feel like I am on the end of this she, her spectrum. Like, I am more towards they, them, but I don't identify with they, them.
Yeah. I think that makes sense to me. Yeah. I don't know. The thing is that I feel like sometimes this talk about gender identity and pronouns, sometimes it can be quite sensitive to people.
Yeah.
And I understand, because for some people, pronouns mean a lot to them, and that is very valid.
Yeah.
I think for me, I don't necessarily enjoy when somebody misgenders me and calls me he, him, or sir, but I understand the confusion.
Yeah.
But, like, enjoy when somebody uses they or she for me. And that's kind of how I've decided to use those pronouns, is that, like, I feel myself in both.
Yeah.
And that's about that. You know,
That's
honestly.
about that, yeah.
It's difficult to figure out sometimes.
Yeah.
But that's why it's important to have these kind of conversations.
Yeah.
Hopefully that made sense.
I think so. I think we're gonna...
Hopefully we didn't upset anyone.
But if you have any more questions,
let
us know down in the comments, and maybe we'll make this into a thing.
At
the end of the video, we'll answer some questions.
Yeah. That's fun.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's good. I think that's it for our YouTube channel for this week.
Yeah.
I think that's it for this week.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was just like, what are we saying?
Done.
We're done on YouTube. That was it. Bye.
Should we have like a little, we should have like a goodbye jingle.
A sign off. Hej då, vi ses, adjö, farväl, godnatt.
That's for the Swedes out there.
Yeah, that's for the Swedes. That was a kids show.
Does somebody want to create a jingle for us?
Please do. I'm going to say what I usually say. Have a great rest of your week. If you're not following us and you're watching this video, I don't know what you're up to. Please subscribe down below and turn on the notification bell to not miss another video. Also, we have our linked, profiles, social media platforms down below. Go follow Flatmates if you haven't. Go just be supportive. Be an ally.
Be an ally. Thank you for this week. We enjoyed this one.
Yeah, thank you for watching.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed it.
All right. Love you guys. Bye.